Today, in the midst of the soberness of Lent, the Church pauses to celebrate the solemn feast of the Annunciation of the Lord. The liturgy gently interrupts our penitential journey and draws us closer into a mystery of the incarnation, which we normally associate with the seasons of Advent and Christmas. We hear once again the words of the prophet Isaiah, "A virgin shall conceive and bear a son, Emmanuel, God is with us." In today's Gospel, St. Luke is very careful in the way he presents the event of the Annunciation. He gives us precise historical and geographical details. Nazareth, a town in Galilee, a virgin betrothed to a man named Joseph. These details, little details, matter. They remind us that God does not act in abstractions. He enters into the concreteness of our human situation. He steps into a real place, into a real moment in history, into the life of a real person. The messenger, Gabriel, had already been sent to Zechariah in the temple. By sending Gabriel now to a simple village in Galilee, God reveals a profound continuity of his mission. The message to Zechariah was, in a sense, the final word to the old Israel. The message to Mary becomes the first announcement of the new. The same God is at work in both moments, quietly but powerfully bringing his plan to fulfillment. There is something even more striking in the way Gabriel addresses Mary. He does not begin with her name. Instead, he calls her full of grace. This is not simply a greeting, it is a revelation of her identity. It tells us who she is in the eyes of God. We often define ourselves by our names, our roles, our families, our achievements, our social standing, our degrees. But the gospel invites us to go deeper. Our true identity is found in the eyes of God, in the space we allow for God to dwell within us. St. Augustine of Hippo says this about the incarnation: "Him whom the heavens cannot contain, the womb of one woman bore. She ruled the ruler. She carried him in whom we are. She gave milk to our bread." In that hidden encounter between the angel and Mary, the eternal Word truly becomes flesh and dwells among us. Pope Benedict XVI reflected on this event of the Annunciation as something profoundly humble and unseen. No crowds, no witnesses, no spectacle, yet it stands at the very center of human history. In the quiet yes of Mary, a new era begins. The world is changed forever, not through power, but through surrender. Mary's response, her fiat, is far more than a simple agreement. It is not based on full understanding or clarity of mind. It is an act of faith. She allows herself to be drawn into a mystery that she cannot fully comprehend. "I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word." In that moment, she becomes the first member of the Church, its living icon. From the instant of the incarnation, she is in complete communion with her Son, through his hidden life, throughout his public ministry, and all the way to the foot of the cross. And so, this beautiful feast, placed in the very heart of Lent, becomes a mirror for our own journey. Pope Francis reminds us that the life is not a senseless wandering, but a pilgrimage with a sure destination. Mary's yes sets us on that path, a path that leads through trust, through surrender, through the cross, and finally into the hope of the resurrection. Today, the Church places before us not only a mystery to contemplate, but a living example to be followed. Many of us stand at decisive moments of our lives, moments concerning our future, our vocations, our families, our studies, our responsibilities, and whatnot. But like Mary, we may not have all the answers. We may not see the complete picture of our lives. But like her, we are invited to trust. We are invited to make her words our own, not just with our own lips, but also with our lives. I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me according to your word. For it is in that yes, just as in hers, that the grace of God continues to enter the world and shape the world that we live in.